Yes, we are very happy that the biggest nationality in the final is Polish. We have 4 drivers, so it's very good for us. And also we won the classification of the teams, MG Racing. And we hope for good result from our Polish drivers in the final. So we'll see. I'm very excited.
So you were saying it was 4 poles in the final, isn't it, Remy? Yeah, so of the 4, talk us through them and what you think we can expect.
Yeah, pole position, Patryk Nieroda, so it's great. Then we have Michał Grzyb from 3rd, and 4th is Wojciech Grzyb, and 10, and the last in the final is David Hart. His first time here, he's from my team, so I'm very happy that he can be in the final. He can show some good pace, and you saw a lot of overtakings by David Hart. He was one of the most, the driver that had overtaken the most drivers in this championship.
Yeah, David has been on fire, hasn't he? I mean, we've been touting him as the latest lunger. He comes from so far back. He's made some great moves, David Kart. Really, we can expect fireworks from him in the final. Moving forward from that, although it's yet to take place, Polish Championships. Obviously, looking forward to that. You're one of the organisers for that. Please tell us something about it on the air.
Yes, this year, last weekend of April, we have Polish Championship. We have 180 drivers, 120 adults, 40 juniors, and 20 mini drivers. They are maximum 12 years old, very small. 60 kilo is the weight limit. So if you have time, if you want to join my championship, I would say the same level like here, or maybe better, maybe sometime worse. Great championship. James will be there also, so if you have time, if you want, just contact me and I will give you all the details.
And of course, viewers will be able to watch that on the live stream, won't they?
Yes, we'll have a live stream, something new this year, so I hope you enjoy it and your families and friends can watch it all over Europe and maybe world.
Fantastic. Remy Drazga there, and thank you, Remy. We'll see you in Poland, and good luck to the Poles in the final. So we'll carry on round and have a further look. Okay, so now it's going to be a hard one, but can we have a word with Ruben Boutens, the outgoing British champion? It honestly pains me to say that. Rubens, it's been an epic 6 years. You've won 6 times. Obviously, it's easy to be over-emotional in these situations. It is a shame to see you at the final. First of all, very quickly, how do you feel?
Yeah, of course, I feel disappointed. It's not nice to be out of the competition already before the final, but yeah, all in all, after 6 years winning the championship, there was 1 year going to be the first time that I didn't win. So yeah, it's a shame not making the final, but all in all, not that disappointed. I'm looking forward to a nice final. So.
Absolutely. So moving towards that final now, now that you're not actually going to be driving in it, for once you're going to be looking at it from our perspective, looking at the names in it, who do you expect to see obviously qualifying well and potentially racing well, and maybe, I know it's a very tough call, who might be one of the winners? I know there's 10 winners in that really, aren't there? Anyone could win, but who do you think might be the most likely?
Yeah, of course, the reigning world champion Michał Schüttler, he was extremely fast in all his qualifying sessions today and yesterday, I think. So that will be a key for today's final as well. So I expect him to be in the front from the start. Other than that, Mats de Jong has been very, very strong in qualification. So I also expect him at the front, and maybe Michał Grzyb. But as you said, there are 10 drivers, all very, very good drivers. So it can be any one of them.
Absolutely. One of the surprises of the BRKC this year, because we see certain people. Selena Biomega, I hope I'm saying her name right. She's come in, and this is the first time we've seen her in the UK. She won all 4 heats. That's pretty unprecedented, isn't it? Someone to just come in, win all 4 qualifying heats. Yes, it was a struggle in the semi-final. Obviously, you'll know her being Dutch as well. Have you actually had to race against her quite a lot over the years?
Yeah, I've raced many, many times against Selena. She's an excellent driver. And that she has proven again this weekend. Very impressive performance. Also in the semi-final, after a less good qualification, she came back very strong to still secure a good kart pick for the final. So yeah, I'm curious to see. I think she's the first lady after my sister 6 years ago who will make the final. So I hope all the best for her in the final.
Absolutely. And just one final thing, Ruben Boutens. Obviously, British Championship's over for you now. Going forward into the year, what's coming up racing for you?
Yeah, I hope to do a lot of races. In a few weeks I will go to Sweden for the Swedish Rental Kart Championship. After that, the Indoor European Kart Challenge in Middelburg, my home track. And then for sure the World Championship in Portugal will be on my agenda, and let's see what I can do there.
Yeah, that'll be fantastic. Ruben Boutens, listen, it's always a pleasure and probably always will be, so well done indeed. Thank you very much. Well done indeed. Okay, so that was Ruben Boutens, the outgoing champion. It's a bit of a shame to say that this early. Just going to have a little word. Probably not the greatest time, but Mats de Jong, can we have a quick word with you? You're actually in the final. We've so far been speaking to people who aren't. Your feelings going in very quickly?
For going into the final, yeah, semi-final was a bit of a missed opportunity, but 6 is not that bad, so I will try, see where I end up. Hopefully doing a good qualifying. It's usually one of my strengths, so I hope I honor that reputation.
For what it's worth, Mats de Jong, we'll leave you to it now, but for one thing, just been speaking with Ruben Boutens and he came up with 3 names for the final. Yours was one of them.
Okay, that's always nice.
Absolutely. So good luck there, Mats de Jong. Well done indeed. Going to go over and have a little chat elsewhere. Where are we? Marcel Holling. Let's have a little chat. Obviously, I need some step ladders to talk with you, so I'll stand up here. So I've got a realistic height level to talk to you. Marcel, talk us through what you consider might happen in the final. You're obviously not driving in it, but how do you think it's going to shape up? 10 people could win.
Yeah, practically everybody could win. I really don't dare to make a prediction. It's really everybody's game. The competition's tight. I don't really see anyone right above anyone else. So it really is gonna depend on who has the best kart, I think.
Yeah, I think the standard go-to is Schottler, simply because he's the world champion. But that's about as close as anyone's getting, you know.
Yeah, maybe, but he hasn't had a first kart pick, so he might not have the best kart. Neroda was very fast up until now. You can never rule out the likes of Matthias Grooten. So, yeah, like I said, it's everybody's game. I'd say I can't say who would win.
It could be anybody, couldn't it, really? And obviously, from your point of view, you're at the championship now, but going forward, what's your racing plans this year? Anything particular?
KWC in July, but furthermore, don't have any big championships on the cards right now.
Okay, well, thank you, Marcel. It was once nice to talk, and I've got to this because you've been doing it to everyone else. I must put my arm on top of your head. There you are. You've been doing that to people all weekend. So, Marcel, thank you very much. And returning the favour. Okay, so that's Marcel Holling we were talking to there. And obviously really echoing what Marcel is saying, there's the final is wide open, absolutely wide open. We're going to have a quick chat with Cedric Wouters. Cedric, we must have a word with you. Unfortunately, you too are wearing jeans, which means you're not in the final, unless you're feeling really cool. Who do you think in the final are the ones to watch?
I don't know. It has been such a tight championship. I think we might be in for a surprise. So I can't really tell a real name now. But yeah. It's going to be really tight, so.
Yeah, it's very difficult to predict. Who knows? Who knows? It's strategy with 2 pit stops, all sorts going on. So it's going to be very difficult indeed. Going forward, what's your plans for the rest of the year?
I might do some more rental karting, more than I did last year. And then furthermore, I'm working on some other motor racing programs, but that's to be confirmed.
Okay, well, we wish you well. Thank you very much for talking. Bjorn Vermeulen. You're another one who's out of uniform. That means you're another one standing down. The final, it's just going to be an epic, isn't it? No one can predict any one of 10. No one's really picking any solid names.
No, nobody can. It's really tough. Like I said before, it's a really, really, really tough competition now. So many Europeans, so many good Brits. Yeah, the semi-finals were hard, but the final's going to be epic.
Oh, it's ridiculous. Even the heats were hard, weren't they? You know, and so who knows? So thank you, Bjorn. Also for you, you know, we talk to you every year and ask the same question. What's your plans? Are you going to be doing the World Championship this year?
Yeah, like I told you, my dad lives there, 2 hours away. So
yeah, he was there today as well. You were saying, wasn't he?
Yeah, I didn't hear from him yet about the track, so we'll see.
Has he heard from you about how this weekend's gone?
He's been following me all the time, so.
Excellent. Well, I hope he's enjoyed the live stream. Listen, Bjorn, I'll probably see you later in the year. Are you doing the Polish Championship?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, well, I will see you at that one. Yes, fantastic. So well done. See you later in the year. Thank you. Lewis Manley, get a quick word with you. You two are out of it, but what a way to go out with a win in the semi-final. Fantastic effort. How do you feel now?
Yeah, absolutely over the moon with that semi-final. It felt like it was a win for the final. Such a mighty recovery after yesterday. So 13th overall, it feels pretty good considering where I was yesterday. So that semi-final win meant the world to me.
Absolutely, and considering where you were mentally, that's got to be worth a lot. I mean, you were well down in the dumps and now you're pretty elated. You've gone out with your head held high.
Absolutely, yeah. Just wished yesterday was like today, so because that semi-final was real nice. So couldn't have asked for more of that win because that really meant a lot.
Absolutely, and see you again next year, of course.
Absolutely, I'll be back for sure, even stronger.
Who could miss it? Fantastic. That was Lewis Manley. He's unfortunately out of the event. So often been a contender, Lewis Manley, but he goes out with a win in the semi-final. We're going to go and see if we can find more people through here as we go through the driver's lounge into the outdoor bit. Going to see if we can grab a little word with Carl Stevens. Carl, let's have a word with you, my friend. Now, obviously you've been in the BRKC before, but this has probably been your strongest performance. In fact, sometimes been running right up near the front and battling with some very serious people. I think at one time I was talking to you and you were following Ruben Boutens down the back stretch, if I remember rightly, or somebody. Bajerd, perhaps, yeah. Anyway, what's your take on the championship this year from your point of view?
Yeah, so really happy with how it went this year. I've put in a lot of practice in over the year, so because last year's event was my first ever organised championship. So, of course, I've had to put a lot of work in to try and catch up with everyone. So, yeah, really happy with how it went.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. You're putting in a great show. What are your karting plans for the rest of the year?
So I'm not sure yet. I'm thinking of maybe doing the D-Max Championship again at Daytona down the road. So I'm not sure if I'll enter it yet. I'm just kind of thinking.
Well, now you've put in a good showing on the Indoor Championships. How do you feel about some of the European indoor ones? I mean, the Belgian one, as Matthias Gruten was saying, is literally, well, where they've got it, he obviously, like a European, he thinks in kilometres. But when we're talking from a British point of view, it's like 50 miles from the port. You know, it's like there. Would you consider that? Or maybe even the Polish one? Quite a few of the guys do the Polish. I'm talking on that one anyway, so...
Well, I haven't really thought about it, to be fair, but definitely something to look into. If not this year, maybe next year, looking forward.
Certainly now you've found some good pace. It's no harder than this. I think I'd better get ready to commentate. We'll see what's going down there. But Carl Stevens, it's been a real pleasure, and good luck with the rest of the year.
Thanks very much.
No problem, man. Well done. OK, let's see what's happening. Just going to make sure I don't... Oh, that's all right, just the marshal warming up. Let's just go and see if we can find somebody. Yeah. Right, so let's see if we can speak to somebody we might not have spoken to before. Heading down here, who have we got? Who can we talk to? We probably really need to be ready to get back to talk on the commentary. Can we catch a word with Matt Barsh? Yeah. Matt, you've made the final, correct?
No.
Oh, sorry, I thought you had, but I hate to say things like that. Matt Barsh, you're out of the final then. Obviously, it's been a close one. It's been a very difficult year, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's raced today. Yesterday it was very good, of course, but in semi-final a little unlucky because I start first to the qualification. I make a little gap and unlucky for the first 3 laps. I lost too much time to the top, and I fight for final results. It's so close because I think will be two or 3 points to the final. So finally, I'm happy. It's great recovery to mistake than last year, so it's okay.
Yeah, that's right. Now, obviously, you're not in the final, so you're going to be watching it from over this barrier here. Who would be your possible 3? I mean, you could pick anyone from 10, really. It's wide open this year, isn't it?
I think on the top 3, on the finish, on the line, on this championship will be 2 Polish drivers. Who, I don't know, but I think will be the best Polish drivers too.
Well, it's quite a year for the Poles, isn't it? I mean, when you consider there are 10 drivers in it, 4 of them are from Poland, that's like nearly half the entry.
Yeah, you asked for my preferred yeah. So I think the first one would be Schottler or Jeep, maybe Matthias. So we'll see. This is my top 3 to vote to pole position.
Now, obviously you will know this, and they're not going to want to talk to us at this stage, are they? But obviously the Polish drivers who are in it, how are they feeling? I mean, is there anyone who's you feel has got the edge on confidence?
Yeah, for the Polish drivers in this year would be very strange. We have 12 or 13 drivers, and we have 4 represent on the final. So I'm very happy and proud of that, and I hope so we'll be on the top, of course.
And the 2 Sherbroths. Now, what's interesting, you see, as an Englishman, the Polish names are always quite hard to pronounce. So what I find is... Sorry, James, just what I find is the names are always different to pronounce. We're going to head back now, Matt Barsh. Thank you very much for talking with us. And we're going to head back now because the Super Pole is underway. I'm going to be talking through that. So, heading back, we've got David Kart out there who's setting a time. David Kart, one of the Polish drivers. We've just been talking to Matt Barsh, and Matt Barsh, of course, has been saying he hopes he's going to be one of the Poles who wins. David Kart's going to be quite a good bet for that. He's been putting in some serious lunges. If anyone can overtake on the track, David Kart's your man. He's come back at people from quite some distance as he makes his way around. So David Kart's lap is 31.6. He's out there now. It looks like he's completed it. He's going to bring it around. Now, what is particular to note with this, everybody's going to use the same kart to attempt to qualify. And so they use the same kart, so no one can say, oh, well, I had a better kart or anything like this. David Kart himself, good name for it, is the one who set the initial lap. Now, can he hang on? Next one up is going to be Regis Goslan. Regis Goslan is going to be the next one out to qualify. The Belgian, he's been in karting for many, many years now, well over a decade. He's been racing at the top in the international level multiple times at the World Championship. He's got a lot of wins and results to his name. And so Regis Goslan, he's been spending the last 3 years racing motocross, so obviously on 2 wheels in Belgium. Very strong form of motorsport is motocross. But he's actually making a bit of a return to karting as well. He's already stated his aim as racing the World Championship next year. His campaign for 2020 kicks off here in Britain at Formula Fast in Milton Keynes. He's out on the track, he's getting a feel for the particular kart he's in. He may well have already been in this one. If so, he'll know what to expect from this particular machine. However, the track temperatures and the general situation of the track may have changed since he was last in this particular machine. So here comes Regis Goslan. He's completing his warm-up lap. He's got a feel for the machine, and qualifying is on for Regis Goslan. The Belgian driver is now going to attempt to move David Kart away from that pole position. Regis Goslan is quick, we know, but will he be quick enough against David Kart, who's the only one who's been out so far? So out to the Snell section, along the sweeper, round down the backstretch, into the turn at the end of that, where we've seen some huge lunges. There's Regis Goslan on screen now. He's making his way round the final 2 corners. He's into the final bend now, and what's it going to be? Here comes Regis Goslan. He gets the checkered flag. It's the end of qualifying for him. He is faster. Regis Goslan is, well, it's like 3.5 tenths quicker. So Regis Goslan has put his name to the top of the list there. Regis Goslan has gone quickest. He's the second one out, and he's the quickest of the 2. David Kart has been pushed to second place and by Regis Goslan, but Regis Goslan has been impressive in qualifying. Now, I don't think, this weekend we haven't seen Regis Goslan qualify first, so if he's going to be qualifying on the pole for the first time this weekend, what better race to do it than the final itself? It looks like the next one up could be Sean Brierley, and Sean Brierley will be following Regis Goslan. Regis Goslan gets out. He's at the end. There's the white suit of Regis Goslan getting out, and we can see his seat insert a bit of weight as well. Sean Brierley puts a bit of lead onto the seat there. It's like we're adding some into the side of the kart.
I still owe him a 3rd place trophy from the semi-final.
Spanners, you're down there, yes?
Yeah, I am.
Excellent.
Good lap. I still owe you this trophy from the semi-final, from coming 3rd. So that's for your mantelpiece. I will try and catch a word with the drivers in general as they get out of their cars.
Spanners, that was an amazing lap by Regis Goslan, more than 3 tenths up on David Kart.
Ooh, that's very interesting. The same karts, of course, so much more of a wrinkle to this qualifying.
Yeah, and there's Sean Brierley. So, Spanners, obviously you get a little bit of a scoop down there. Do you want to have a quick word with Goslan whilst Briley's on his warm-up lap.
Yeah, let's do that.
Very
Hey, do you mind if I ask you about your lap? How did you find that? Because you're out ahead by quite a bit for now.
Yeah, I pushed the maximum on the qualification because I don't have a choice. So we will see during the final, but everything is possible. So we will see.
So we went all out for the final there for qualification. Didn't put in a safe lap, just went for it.
Yeah, that's right. That's Sean Briley's on his lap there. Regis Ghoslan, as he said, he just went for it. That's all you can do in the final qualifying, isn't it, really? It was good enough for first place, though. So Sean Briley, what is his response? He's coming down the back stretch. He's got that tight turn at the end. It really is tight. There he is turning in, and round he goes. There's one big, long corner, and then into the final bend. And now he's going to come across the line. Now, what's he going to be? Here's Sean Briley. Let's look at the screens. Sean Briley is second. Sean Briley is second. There's, well, less than 1/10 of a second in it. 31.32 versus 31.38, but Sean Briley is second. Regis Ghoslan hangs on in first place. Regis Ghoslan's down there in the pit lane, Spanners. You've already spoken to him, but all he's got to do now is sit there and watch people take a shot at his pole position. Sean Briley took a shot, but it was only good enough for second.
Well, Sean Briley described his weekend as difficult, and I think he was really pleased with the back end of those races. I think he's pleased to be here. He has been a bit down, so for him, I think he's going to be pleased to be in the hunt. But it's so hard to tell. I remember last year, people thought they were doing well in this shootout qualification, and then suddenly they'd find themselves in 5th or 6th.
Yeah, it's always kind of strange in the final shootout, Spanners. I remember years ago, back in 2014, the first time the BRKC was a single event format, and here at Formula Fast, we had Annalene Boutens, and she went out first, set a time, and everybody, including her brother Ruben Boutens, who subsequently went on to win the championship, were taking shots at it, and it ended up with Annalene Boutens on pole position. She had an awful time watching everyone take shots at it, but no one managed to beat her. Spanners, can you get a word with Sean Briley while the next kart's out?
I'm sure I can. Sean, it looks like a solid lap.
Yeah, mistake in the last corner though. Got a bit of understeer, drifted a bit wide, had to get off the throttle again. That was the difference between me and Regis.
How are you feeling about the final?
Yeah, I've taken a risk with the car. It's a cold kart that's been out a while. It's one I had earlier. I thought it had pretty good pace, so I got the 8th picker kart. We'll see what happens. So take a risk, have a bit of fun. See,
And you have had fun overall this weekend. I know you were saying before it was a difficult start to the weekend. You've had a smile on your face. You've had good fun with your mates, and look, you're here in the final.
Yeah, I know. And representing Britain in this one, it's the lowest turnout we've had in a final, but
no pressure, but all our hopes are on you, and you've ruined the country if you don't win.
Yeah, I'm sure that's going to go well for us.
Spanners, I've got to cut in. I've got to cut in. Matthias Gruten's at the end of his qualifying lap. He's at the end. Is it going to be faster? He's shooting for Regis Ghoslan's time. It's second. Matthias Gruten, former double world champion. Sorry for cutting in on you there, Spanners, but Matthias Gruten was at the end of the lap. We were listening to Sean Briley. Matthias Gruten, though, has actually pushed Sean Briley down a place. Regis Ghoslan is still fastest. So Regis Ghoslan, he's standing in the middle of the pit lane there, just watching everyone around him taking shots at that pole position time. But Matthias Gruten is second. Sean Briley's been pushed down to third. Matthias Gruten's going to be with you in a second, and I think, Spanners, am I right in saying Mats de Jong will be the next one out?
Yeah, Mats de Jong is sat there ready and waiting. And once that kart comes in, the next driver sort of claims spiritual ownership of it and cannot wait for the previous driver to get out. I'll have a little sniff around and see if I can get a word with Gruten as well. But let's let him get weighed in. I think I think out of those 4, maybe Gruten would have thought that he would be ahead of them. Is that fair, James?
Okay, so we got Mats de Jong out to qualify as Spanners. I think Gruten's walked straight past you there, Spanners. Mats de Jong is out on his.
I can say hello.
His lap though.
Hey, how did that go? Did you feel you got the best out of it?
Well, you never feel you got the absolute best out of it, but no, maybe just a little bit hesitant. I think some of the other guys drove 16 already and I didn't, so maybe small disadvantage there. But yeah, lap was pretty okay. I expect everyone will be really close. And yeah, the last guys with a bit warmer kart, maybe on top. So
even then, they're looking for that last tenth. Thank you very much. That the drivers ahead of them are going to have.
Yeah, and one of those drivers ahead is Mats de Jong, and Mats de Jong is on the end of the backstretch there. He's coming around the final 2 corners. He's into the final turn. What's it going to be? As Mats de Jong is really on it, actually. He's crossing the line, and he is fastest. Yes, Mats de Jong has taken the pole position away from Regis Gosselin. Mats de Jong is now faster, and a 31.3 again, like all the others, but a 0 instead of a 2 in the second digit. So Mats de Jong has just by 200th of a second pipped the pole position man Regis Gosselin. So Mats de Jong is the new benchmark time of 30.302. This is shaping up tough, Spanners. In comes Mats de Jong. Next one up, and looking down there, who is that?
Well, it is Selena.
Oh, Selena Biomega. Yes, of course. This is going to be worth watching.
Yeah, it'll be interesting after the qualification in the semi-final, but still getting a half-decent result and getting 5th pick, I believe, overall.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, that's right. Yeah.
So still pretty decent. But look, if you're Mats de Jong now, you're sitting here. Yes, you can't do anything else, but at least you know you're 6th or better. And not everyone's going to nail that lap perfectly, are they? So you know at least you're at the top end, the fighting end of the final.
Absolutely right. Selena Biomega is, of course, the reigning ladies world champion, and she's held that title since 2015, which is an awful long time, 5 years and counting in her opinion, that's for sure.
I've got provisional pole here with me.
Yeah.
Did you get everything out of it?
Almost, not completely.
Never completely satisfied, are you?
Never. Yeah, no lap is a perfect lap. So.
But it looked pretty good out there. Well done. Good luck.
Okay, so Selena Biomega on her qualifying lap now. She's in the Snell section. It's looking good. She's keeping it tight. She's keeping it smooth. And away from the Snell section, no time lost at all visually. Obviously, we don't really have an idea of where she's at on time, but we'll soon find out when she completes the lap. Down the backstretch, a great view down the backstretch. Selena Biomega, 5 times ladies world champion, and look at the minimalistic effort she's putting into driving to maximise the speed. Across the line now, what's it going to be? She moves up to 4th place, 31.3, but look how tight these times are. The first place is 31.30, second is 31.32, 31.36, 31.37, 31.38. How tight? You couldn't stop that on a stopwatch, Spanners.
No, it is really tight. Just a sniff faster. I mean, half a tenth, and that would have been enough to go into 2nd place provisionally. So yeah, it's a decent lap.
Absolutely, she is 4th, and she's pushed Sean Briley down to 5th, and David Kart, who of course was first out to qualify, he's been moved to 6th place now. It's still Mats de Jong up at the top there. Who have we got next up? Is that one of the Gerbs?
It is one of the Gerbs. Shall I guess which one?
Yeah, I think
Michael.
That's
no, it's
Michael,
not.
isn't it?
It's the other one, I
think. It's Wojciech, is it?
It is, yeah.
Okay. These Gerbs not only have got the same name, but they've got similar suits
yes,
as well,
I know.
so it can be quite hard to spot sometimes.
I've just gone on slight size difference.
Well, luckily you're quite close in down there, so you'll notice things like that. But Selena Biomega, she has gone 4th, and next up is Michael Gerb.
Let's see if I can grab a quick word with Selena after her lap there into provisional 4th place. Did you think you got everything out of that?
Well, I thought it was a really, really good lap.
Another half a tenth and you'd have been 2nd there, so it's really close. You said you had some nerves before the semi-final. Are they gone now?
Well, I'm really happy I'm in the final, so my weekend is complete, I think. So we'll see what I can do in the final.
Very good. Good luck. Best of luck. Great attitude there. I don't quite believe her. I think she's going to be wanting to move forward.
Yeah, I think so. And obviously a more calm confidence from Selena Biomega is probably a more dangerous Selena Biomega. Meantime, though, it is Wojciech Gerb, who's taking the line now to start his qualifying lap. Now, we know he's very fast. Can he translate that into pole position? If not, how high up the grid is he going to be? He's looking good out the Snell section, and he's actually keeping it quite tight on the exit of the Snell section, a little bit tighter than what we've seen from some of the others. They're coming down the backstretch now into the turn at the end of the backstretch, and in he goes. It's very, very smooth. A great picture from the crane camera there on Wojciech Gerb. Wojciech Gerb maybe sliding around a little bit more, almost in the wall. He shakes his head. What's it going to be? Yeah, he's good enough for 6th place. He almost tapped the wall there, Spanners, and it seems to be a Gerb trademark, looking like he's going to hit the wall, but not quite coming off that final turn.
Yeah, certainly Michael on that final turn. He always looks like he's just going to careen in and use the tyres as a stopper, but the end result is usually pretty good.
Yeah, and again, Gerb, 31.3, but this time it's 31.399. And he is 0.09 seconds off first place, but that still puts him sixth. This is unbelievably tight, Spanners.
So there's 5 drivers there with a 31.3. That's pretty good. That's, in fact, is it everyone? Yeah, 31.3. Just 900ths separating that top 6.
Yeah, the only one who's not to 31.3 is David Kart with a 31.6. So David Kart with a 31.6, which is still
he went out in the coldest conditions of kart. Can we give him that?
Yeah, he did. But now we've got the other Gerb, the second brother Gerb. This time it's Michael Gerb, and Michael Gerb's heading out. Well, we'll see who's the quicker of the Gerbs, really.
I mean, you can't be too disappointed. Look at the gaps. There's nothing in it.
Yes, I touched the tires on the something.
We saw that. Such fine margins. Good luck in the race. And yeah, he's pointing to the fact that he touched that. And in fact, I mean, that could easily have been a couple of hundredths, couldn't it?
Yes, absolutely. This is so tight here. And Michael Gerb, his brother. Now, Matt Barsh was pleased with the fact that they had 4 poles in the race. And this is another of the Polish drivers. We've had David Kart, we've had Wojciech Gerb. This is Michael Gerb. He started his qualifying lap now. He's in the snail section. He's been very good through the snail section all weekend. Little jump up of the rear of the kart there as he turns through the right-hander leading in that tightest part of the snail. On the fast corner leading down to the backstretch now. He's heading down the backstretch. He's heading for that really tight corner. Braking's important here. And it's easy to run wide, but no such problems for Michael Gerb. Michael Gerb through the final corner. Now, is he going to glance the wall? No, he doesn't. He's going to run across the line. And what's he going to be for Gerb? He's first! Michael Gerb takes the pole position. He's faster than everybody. He's 31.2. Spanners, the first person to go faster than 31.3. It's Michael Gerb, 31.2. And it sounded like a big cheer from the Polish contingent.
No, that was just me. That was just me shouting in celebration. No, absolutely. A lot of support here from the Polish guys. And I think it's Naroda suiting up to go next. Yeah, they're very pleased with that. And I think if the other Gerb had not touched that wall, you might be seeing both of them up there. So it's a really good turnout.
Yes, and by the fact there's 2 of them, by the fact they're doing so well, gradually, Spanners, we've got pretty good at saying their name, haven't we?
Well, I mean, that assumes we were saying it right in the first place. I think they're very polite, you know, this lot. Whenever we absolutely murder their names, they just go, yeah, close enough, well done.
Yeah, I mean, I was politely given a phonetic guide, which from the British point of view was just as complicated as the regular one, to be fair. But it is sometimes a bit difficult to get our tongues around these Polish names. Now, next one out, is this the world champion, Michael Schottler?
It certainly is, yes. Let's see if we can catch a quick word with Michael. Michael, fantastic lap there, well done, congratulations. You're in great shape for the race now.
Well, not bad.
Not bad.
We will see is it enough to win the quali. Maybe I made a little mistake in a happy left at the end, but maybe it will be enough.
Oh, it's a shame you left thousandths on the table there, didn't you? Well done.
So Michael Gerb there, he's gone into pole position, but this is it. Watch this. This is the world champion, Michael Schottler, the German. The reigning world champion is on the track, and he's now qualifying for the final of the British Rental Kart Championship. He's not been here before. He's done spectacularly well during the event. He is the world champion, as I say, so you'd expect some sort of form. He's got to be a danger man for pole position. We'll see what happens. He's coming down the backstretch on his qualifying lap. This is Michael Schottler, the German, as he's turning into that final corner. He's looking very, very smooth, very smooth. Michael Schottler turning into the final turn, and he's going to qualify. Where is it? Where is it? It is good enough for 5th.
Wow.
He's not, he's only halfway up the order, and that is the world champion, Spanners.
That is amazing. So that is not the qualifying result I would have called, James, at all. In fact, I don't think I'd have called that top 4.
No, I wouldn't. Maybe there'd be a question mark over Schottler actually qualifying on pole, but I wouldn't have really had him down in 5th place. Maybe he'll be a little bit disappointed. The thing with Michael Schottler, whenever you've spoken to him, Spanners, he's always had the same face. He must be very good at poker.
Yeah, he's very efficient with his communication. He's very calculated. I think he knows what he's doing, and I'm definitely not counting him out from 5th place, especially with the double pit stops that they have to make.
Absolutely. Schottler, of course, is the champion of the world at this kind of racing, so I'm sure we've not heard the last of him. That 5th place is not really where he's planning on staying. Michael Schottler, he is from Fernwald in Germany, which I'm not entirely sure where in the country that is, but it's obviously somewhere that can produce a fast driver.
It's in the middle, James.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Are you guessing? Because
No.
I couldn't contradict that, could I?
I have my honour, James.
Okay.
Yes, I was guessing. I'm sorry.
Well, it probably is a very good guess, actually, because here is Patrick Neroda. He's not from Germany, he's from Poland. And Patrick Neroda, well, we see some sparkling performances over the year. I actually think that Patrick Neroda is one of those people who could put this thing on pole position. We don't really sort of speak of him in those terms, but he manages to get that kind of result. So I don't think we should discount Neroda. He's on his warm-up lap now, Spanners, and I think this could be quite a flyer, actually.
4th place, Michael, but nobody's counting you out in the race.
I hope so. But I don't know. I think I didn't do a mistake in the quali, and hope for a better result in the final. Yes,
I'm sure there will be. Looking forward to seeing you going up the field. Well done, Michael.
So Patrick Neroda is on his qualifier now. How's this going to play out? He's looking to beat his compatriot Michael Scherb. Michael Scherb, the only one under 31.3, and that's what Patrick Neroda has to hit if he wants to start this final from the pole position. Here he comes, Patrick Neroda around the final turn, and he's going to go across the line. He's getting the checker flag. What's he going to be? He is. Oh my, he's only 9th by his standards now. Only 9th in the final of the British Rental Car Championship in this environment is saying something, but Patrick Neroda, I'm sure, was thinking he might well be a bit further up the order than that. It is another 31.3. He's actually matching Wojciech Scherb on time exactly, would you believe, with a 31.399. Obviously, Scherb setting it first is the one who gets the nod on actual position. So Patrick Neroda, the final qualifier there, he has managed to put that kart into 9th place, and so
I think he's indicating that he made some kind of contact somewhere, so I'll try and catch up with him. But, you know, Patrick's not happy when he wins a race by some margin. He's not happy enough. He didn't win it by enough. So he's not going to be satisfied with 9th place.
Yeah. So Patrick Neroda in 9th. We're ready for the final.